Well, hello there. That battery can last up to 24 hours even with the always-on display turned on. It's pretty cool.
Good morning, students. Welcome. Today, we are going to understand a very important chapter from our accountancy subject, depreciation. Now, I know the name might sound a little difficult, but trust me, it is a very simple and interesting topic that we actually see all around us.
Now, before we start, let me ask you one simple question. We all love new mobile phones, no? But have you ever thought why a brand new phone you buy today sells for a much lower price after just 1 year? What happens to its value? This simple thing is the key to understanding depreciation.
This loss in value is exactly what we call depreciation. Kindly note this point. In simple words, just look at the fan in our classroom or the desk you were sitting on. Every day, we are using them, correct? So slowly, their value is going down. This decrease in value because of use or just because things get old is depreciation.
But why do we need to calculate this? This is very important, students. First, a business must know its real profit. If its machines are losing value, that's a cost, isn't it? Second, we have to show the true and fair value of our assets in our books. Think, if our school bus becomes old after 10 years, we will need money for a new one. Depreciation helps us plan and save for that. And finally, of course, it is a very important rule of accounting.
So, how do we calculate this depreciation? There are two main methods we will learn. The first one, as you can see, is the straight line method. What is special about this method? The amount of depreciation is the same fixed amount every single year. Very simple to remember.
Students, write this down in your notebooks. This formula is very, very important for your exams. The depreciation is equal to the original cost of the asset minus its scrap value. That is the small value left at the very end, and all this is divided by the useful life of the asset, which means how many years we can use it.
Let us take one example to make this crystal clear. Imagine our school buys a new computer, okay? The cost is 50,000 rupees. We think we can use this computer for 5 years. After 5 years, we can probably sell its old parts for about 5,000 rupees. This is our scrap value. Now, if we use our formula, that is 50,000 minus 5,000 divided by 5, we get a depreciation of 9,000 rupees per year. Now, just look at the depreciation column in this table. In the first year, it's 9,000. Second year, again 9,000. Third year, also 9,000. You see? Every year, the amount is exactly the same. That is why we call it the straight line method. And at the end of 5 years, the closing value is 5,000 rupees, which is our scrap value. Simple.
Now, let's look at our second method. This is called the diminishing balance method. Unlike the first method, here the depreciation is not the same every year. It is calculated on the reduced value of the asset each year. The name itself, diminishing, gives us a clue. It means reducing.
The formula here is also different. We take the book value of the asset, that is, its value at the beginning of the year, and we multiply it by a fixed percentage, which is the rate of depreciation. So the amount of depreciation will keep changing. It will keep reducing. Please write this down also. We will take the same school computer example. Cost is 50,000 rupees. But this time, there is no useful life or scrap value. Instead, we are given a rate of depreciation. Let us say it is 30% per year. Students, listen carefully. Look at this table now. In the first year, 30% of 50,000 is 15,000. It's a big amount. But in the second year, we calculate 30% on the reduced value of 35,000. So depreciation is only 10,500. It has decreased. See, every year the depreciation amount is going down. This is the main difference.
Okay, so we have two methods, straight line and diminishing balance. Now comes the main part, understanding the difference. Many students get confused here, so please pay close attention.
So, let's look at the main differences. The straight line method is very simple to calculate, same amount every year. But the diminishing balance method is often more realistic. Remember our mobile phone? An asset usually loses more value in its first few years. This method shows that. Depreciation is higher at the start. And one more important point. In this method, the asset's value becomes very small, but it will never become fully zero.
All right, students, that was a lot of new information. So let's do a quick revision of the most important points we learned in this chapter today.
So what are the things you must remember from today's lesson? First, that depreciation is simply the loss in an asset's value over time. Second, we need it to find the correct profit and show the true value of our assets.
Third, in the straight line method, the depreciation amount is the same every year. And finally, in the diminishing balance method, the depreciation is high in the beginning and it keeps reducing every year.
So students, today we have learned about the important concept of depreciation and its two main methods. I know it can seem a little bit confusing at first, but please go home and revise this chapter from your textbook. We will solve some practical problems together in our next class, and then it will all become even clearer. Thank you, and well done today.
क्या आप एक योग्य शिक्षक हैं जो सही मंच की तलाश में हैं, या एक स्कूल जिसे जरूरत है बेहतरीन टैलेंट की? रास्ते बहुत हैं लेकिन सही मंजिल सिर्फ एक। प्रस्तुत है schoolcareer.in। दरवाजों को अब तुम छोड़ दो, उम्मीदों की नई राहें अब जोड़ लो। न भटकना है ना रुकना है अब कहीं, तुम्हारी मंजिल का पता है बस यही। स्कूल को चाहिए टैलेंट और आपको चाहिए ग्रोथ, यहाँ खत्म होती है आपकी हर वो हो खोज। प्रिंसिपल हो या टीचर, एडमिन हो या कोच, बदलो अपनी दुनिया, बदलो अपनी सोच। हजारों मौके लाखों उम्मीदें यहाँ जुड़ती है, तरक्की की राहें अब आपकी ओर मुड़ती है। बस एक क्लिक और करियर है सेट। schoolcareer.in है आपका सच्चा मददगार। schoolcareer.in सपनों को सच बनाएंगे। schoolcareer.in बेहतर कल सजाएंगे। स्कूलों की दुनिया करियर का है ये द्वार, सफलता चूमेगी कदम, अब होगा बेड़ा पार। schoolcareer.in लिखो की नई कहानी, बदलो अपनी तकदीर पुरानी। सपनों को अब पंख लगाओ, schoolcareer.in पर अपनी राह बनाओ। आज ही जुड़े, आज ही भागे, schoolcareer.in जहां शिक्षा और करियर मिलते हैं।
नमस्कार। क्या आप स्कूल में नौकरी ढूंढ रहे हैं लेकिन सही वैकेंसी की जानकारी आपको समय पर नहीं मिलती? और अगर आप एक स्कूल चला रहे हैं तो क्या आपको भी योग्य और भरोसेमंद स्टाफ ढूंढने में परेशानी होती है? आज यही समस्या हजारों लोगों और स्कूलों के सामने है। दोनों को एक दूसरे की जरूरत है लेकिन फिर भी दोनों एक दूसरे तक पहुंच नहीं पाते। यही समस्या हमने देखी और इसी से जन्म हुआ schoolcareer.in का। ये एक ऐसा ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां स्कूल अपनी वैकेंसी पोस्ट कर सकते हैं और उम्मीदवार सीधे उन नौकरियों के लिए आवेदन कर सकते हैं। यहां केवल टीचर्स ही नहीं बल्कि स्कूल से जुड़े कई पदों के अवसर उपलब्ध हैं, जैसे ऑफिस स्टाफ, कंप्यूटर ऑपरेटर, अकाउंटेंट, लाइब्रेरियन और अन्य पद। हमारा लक्ष्य है स्कूलों और योग्य उम्मीदवारों को एक ही मंच पर जोड़ना। अगर आप स्कूल में अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हैं या अपने स्कूल के लिए बेहतरीन स्टाफ ढूंढना चाहते हैं तो आज ही विजिट कीजिए www.schoolcareer.in।